Hey everybody, this is Brian with Bear Cards 34. Today is my birthday weekend, and I got the ultimate of gifts from my wife. You probably saw the title there, but she got me an autograph of my all-time favorite football player, my childhood sports hero, Walter Payton. My name on the channel is a tribute to him, number 34 for the Bears, Walter Payton, as well as it was a nod to Packer Cards 87 because he was the one who kind of got me interested in making my own channel. So it was kind of a nod to each of them. Anyway, I'm thrilled about this. She totally made my day. She's been holding on to it, she told me, for many months to give it to me today. So I was super excited and wanted to share it with you guys. Real quick, I'll show you, kind of in keeping with the theme, for a mail day, my Walter Payton, I'm trying to collect the Topps Chrome, and the 84 version and the 78 version came in today. This 78 is one of my favorite Walter Payton cards, so I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to start off by mentioning this is going to be the second time I've ever had a Walter Payton autograph. I mailed a copy of this 1,000 Yard Club, the 1987 1,000 Yard Club, to the Chicago Bears for hopefully getting a autograph sent back from Walter Payton. I was just a little kid. I had only sent a handful of letters. I sent them all at the same time. I wrote to Dan Hampton, Richard Dent, Mike Singletary, and Walter Payton. All of them wrote me back. I was thrilled. So that was awesome for me as a kid. Walter Payton sent back the card that I had sent autographed with a black Sharpie across it. And at the time, I hadn't really thought about this, but the card was in horrible condition. If it had been graded, it would have gotten like a 2, probably. It was awful as far as the shape went. My brother and sister also sent autographs, or sent letters to Walter Payton, hoping for an autograph, but they did not send a card. And they were sent back a black and white glossy photo autographed by Walter Payton in blue ink. It was awesome. And I got the card. I was grateful for the card, but I was definitely jealous of my brother and sister for getting these nice glossy images while I had this bent, awful card, but it had his autograph on it. So I think this would have been a year after he retired. We weren't sure if he would write back, but he did. I, as a nice older brother, manipulated my sister into trading me her glossy autograph for my 1,000 Yard Club one that was just a mess. So I kind of took advantage of her as a kid, and when I got older, I felt pretty guilty about it, and I think I was probably around 21, 22 years old, 21. I decided to give her the glossy autograph back. And unfortunately, at the time, she had only been maybe 8 years old, 9 years old. She did not have that card anymore. Who knows whatever happened to it. I'm sure it got thrown away at some point. But I did give her that back. I just felt that she deserved it, not me. So I haven't had an autograph of Walter Payton all these years. So, without further ado, I want to show you guys what my wife gave me for my birthday. And I am thrilled to have this card. So this is a 1991 Proline Portraits autograph, Walter Payton. It's PSA DNA certified, and it's got that nice blue ink. Just looks great. I'm thrilled to have that. And if you look here, it's actually kind of a double certified. It does have, I'm not sure how well that picks up right there, it does have that Proline Authentic certification in the corner, just like you get if you're lucky enough to pull one of these in the pack. Typically, the ones in the box are autographed on the back of the card, but I know when I did through the mails as a kid, some players sent me back copies of their Proline card with the stamp, with the autograph on the front. So maybe that's what one of these is. But anyway, I was thrilled to get this. I think she bought it through Steel City Collectibles. But anyway, that made my day and then some. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite cards now. Thrilled to have it. Just so happy to have his autograph. Walter Payton was, when he retired, I mean, to me, he's the greatest player of all. He's the GOAT to me. He's my all-time favorite player. He had a record of the most consecutive regular season starts. He had 170 straight games. That's from December 7th of 1975 until September 20th of 1987. He played 13 years with the Bears, made 9 Pro Bowls. He only missed 1 game in his whole career, and it was coach's decision to keep him out of that game. So he was very, very tough. You'll see here in the back, there's this book right here. It's Never Die Easy. That's a book that he had been writing at the time of his passing, and that was kind of his motto in football, was never die easy. So and that was a reference to not purposely running out of bounds at the end of a play, inflicting punishment on the defender. And he said he played like every carry was going to be his last. And if you watch the game film, you'll see that's definitely what he did. So when he retired, he was the all-time leading rusher in the history of football, all-time touchdown leader, most carries, most yards from scrimmage, most all-purpose yards, most receptions by a non-receiver. He also threw 8 touchdown passes. Went into the Hall of Fame in 93. Unfortunately, in November of 1999, he passed away after a rare liver disease and cancer. He was only 45 years old, but he made quite the impact. Mike Ditka, his coach, once said, Walter Payton was the greatest football player that he'd ever seen. But then an even nicer compliment, I think, he also said he was an even greater human being. The NFL Man of the Year award is named after Walter Payton, so he's left quite the legacy. Just a great player. I love this guy. I'm so happy to have this card. Definitely made my day. So anyway, thank you guys for watching that and checking that out. I feel like since it's, my birthday, I should open something. So I'm going to open one pack of Score 2021. We're looking for exclusive Dots Gold parallels, which would be really cool if we can find one of those. So let's see what we find here. All right, we're going to start off Mark Andrews, Frank Gore, Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley. I really like the photography on these. I mentioned this in my last video when I opened a little bit of this. But I think Score, although it's a lower-end product, I think they're doing a really good job with the photography. And because I'm an old-school collector from the 90s, I like being able to actually, on some of these cards, see the actual field, see the environment around them. So it's not always about special effects and the background of the card, but to actually see some of the game. I'm glad that they have cards like this where we can still see some of that. Khalil Mack, very nice. I'm hoping he has a good year this year. I felt like last year he was still a good player, and offenses had to really prepare for him, but I feel like he definitely wasn't quite himself. Very nice, Tim Patrick red variation, and Tim Patrick went to the University of Utah, so he's a local guy, definitely a fan of his. He was really good last year too. All right, we've got a Chris Evans rookie red. Drew Brees, or as Silver Sports says, Drew Brees. In fact, I always think that in my head now whenever anybody mentions Drew Brees. That's never gonna go away. T.J. Watt. Joe Burrow Score team. I love these cards. These are a throwback to the 1991 Score. So this is a Devontae Smith. Very nice card to have there. Patrick Mahomes, next level. Oh, there we go. That's fitting, right? Max, Singletary, and Urlacher, 3 of the greats. I wish we could have had Ditka in there as well, but the Bears have not had their shortage of great linebackers. Kind of the opposite of their quarterback situation. Really, really happy with the draft pick of Justin Fields, sorry. Joe Burrow. There we go. Chase Claypool. We've got a Vikings 3D. I loved John Randall. And Jared Allen, who played a little bit with the Bears at the end of his career. Nick Chubb, one of my favorite players in the NFL. And for the rookies here, Carlos Basham Jr., Kyle Trask. All right. Davis Mills, Jarrett Patterson, Puka Williams Jr., Nico Collins. We've got a Richard Sherman, Nelson Aguilar, J.C. Jackson, Christian Kirk, Jeremy Chin, and a Nick Bosa. All right, so fun little rip there. Always nice to rip something, but definitely the highlight of the video is my Walter Payton auto, which will now be in my Mount Rushmore of cards. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the order with the cards that I am attempting to collect. I'm almost done now, getting close with that set. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time.